the principles of gaining flexibility for adults?
I'd say the number one thing is we want to be visiting positions on a daily basis. The biggest thing that in flexibility when I first started that I struggled with, but what I really wanted was the straddle pancake position. I've got a great photo of me at 37 in my gym, and I'm sitting in a straddle position with my back all rounded, and I've got a weight plate literally on my head, and I'm in a horrible position. But I use that as like this is where I was at 37, and now I can lay flat on the floor in pancake. And yes, I done good mornings, I done some hard stretching, but every day I sat playing Xbox in that position. I sat playing with the kids. I sat on my laptop in the straddle position. I propped myself up with cushions and stuff in a much less intense position. But, every night I was sitting in that position because there was the driver that I wanted that thing. And that made me do it. And obviously that's, allowed such a big change in a relatively short amount of time. Yes, I've been doing it for 9 or 10 years and I'm flat now. But it took about 12 months to 18 months to get chin, chest to the floor in pancake, which at 37 is pretty quick. But that's because, I basically hung out in that position for long periods of time.
What helped me to overcome the complexity of flexibility and different opinions of how many sets, how many reps the whole time, how often should you do it a week, etc., was there's an inverse relationship between the intensity of your stretch and how often you do it. So as you've said in this example of integrating daily stretching into your practice, you're doing it often, daily, and for sometimes cumulatively long periods of time, but it's not intense. Like you said, you could be playing Xbox, not really thinking about it, not in too much pain, but before you know it, you've spent minutes and minutes in the stretch, and if done frequently, that really adds up. And then on the flip side, if you have some really serious flexibility goals like a side split, for example, there's nothing wrong with doing your one serious workout a week as an example, getting sore from it, and then doing that again the following week. But it's not as if you're going to go all out every single day, stretching to the max, being sore, pushing through it. That isn't really the most ideal way to go about it from a sustainability perspective, potentially injury perspective, and just mentally even, because unless you're some kind of super robot, people can't stick to something that is so intense, so painful for any considerable period of time. And that's why I really want to drive home your point there, Paul, which I think is fantastic, everyone can subscribe to, is this idea of doing your daily dosage, if you will, of flexibility.
Yeah, and really have those triggers that make you revisit like that accountability. Because it is really easy to get, 3 days time, you go, I haven't stretched. I forgot to do that. So to have some sort of trigger that makes you do it, like you don't forget to clean your teeth every day. So put something in there that triggers that flexibility. Even something simple like when you put your socks on, put your socks on with a straight leg so you get a calf hamstring stretch. It's super simple. And you watch most people put their socks on, they're struggling to get their foot anywhere close to their hand. And so put things in place. When you're training a body part that's not connected to another body part, you could still do a warm-up. Your general warm-up should be some general flexibility. Like the foam roller changed my life for my upper back. I remember that first time I was in a Fitness First and someone showed me a foam roller and I tried to lay backwards on it. And it's like, literally could not move and so much pain. And I have it now. I use them daily, laying over the foam roller, rolling up and down. It's just daily practice. I think there's amazing, especially with YouTube and stuff now, there's some awesome follow along, flexibility programs and things that are amazing. And there's some great methods and things, but the biggest thing is visiting the positions on a daily basis and hitting the main ones. So if you can hang daily, that will transform your body. And it's something so easy to do. It's just that most people don't have anywhere to hang at home. So that would be massive. And then just get yourself a really small, or build yourself a small daily practice that's like literally doing a couch stretch for 30 seconds on each leg, a forward fold, or doing a single leg hamstring stretch and a glute stretch. And if you do a hang as well, you've basically got a full body flexibility program, and it doesn't have to be intense. Because what most people do is, okay, they'll see like, oh, I want to get the splits or something like that. So they'll go hammer themselves, and then they can't walk for 2 weeks. So they don't do it again for 3 weeks, and then they're back to that same thing again. So I think that creating this daily practice that you can do around the kids, you can do around, you have some triggers. It might be like stretch your hamstring while you clean your teeth. It might be, hang while the kettle's boiling or something. Something that triggers that daily practice, I think is really key and should be like number one for most people. Then slowly progress that. Like if you've got big goals in terms of flexibility, that's when you add in the extras. But most people just need that daily practice. I mean, I'm really lucky being a coach. So soon as I was like, okay, I want to get more flexible, I was doing my training. But say you came in for a session, I'm joining in when I'm demoing the exercise. I'm not just standing with my arms crossed watching you do the quad stretch. I'm doing it with you. So now, like on a typical day where I'm seeing face-to-face clients, or even actually my online clients, I'm doing the stretches with them. So, on a daily basis, I might be visiting a forward fold, 10 times. So that's why I can, I don't need to really do forward fold stretching, because I'm doing it in my daily practice. That's the key for adults, is to visit the positions on a daily basis.
I couldn't agree any more with you. And I think that we're both fortunate that we were indoctrinated, for a lack of a better word, into this idea of movement not being a workout per se. And I think that's full credit to Ido Portal, who bucked the trend that, you've got to do your 50-minute workout 3 to 4 times a week, and that's enough. It's the idea of integrating this range of motion into your daily practice through hanging, squatting. When you're, working at the computer, if you want to go on your phone for a little bit, squat. If you're watching television, you can do a couch stretch and just go through various positions and integrate it into your daily life. For adults, I feel that will move the needle of their range of motion. If they're combining that with full range of motion in their conventional training, that's key. Throw in some extra homework with some dedicated flexibility practice as a workout. There's no reason why you can't gain range of motion as an adult.